Hello and welcome to another Mac gaming video. Today I will examine the power consumption of the M4 Max Studio in some of my favorite games. The system under test is the top-spec'd M4 Max with a fully enabled GPU and 64GB of RAM. From now on I will be using the mactop utility as my go-to power metering app. It was recently updated to use Apple's low-level telemetry, not normally exposed through a public API. My testing versus a dedicated power meter confirmed that it is measuring DC power to the board after power supply losses. I will go into more detail on this in a follow-up Mac Deep Dive video. Furthermore, I am using the TG Pro app to visualize the temperature diode readouts and the fan speed. Finally, I am also recording AC wall plug power as measured by my Shelly Plug. The games I am testing are a mix of strategy games like Humankind and 3 Total War installments, Baldur's Gate 3 and 2 first-person shooters, Metro Exodus and Cyberpunk 2077. Of the games tested, Baldur's Gate 3 drew the most power, 171 watt DC or 181 watt AC. Important to note, this is peak power and not average power. In case of Baldur's Gate 3, the average power was closer to 140 to 145 watt DC. I think you can already tell from this table that the power consumption numbers are higher than what you might have expected. As I explained in a previous video, this is because most testers report power consumption via apps built on top of macOS Power Metrics. However, Power Metrics does not correctly report GPU power. In fact, it routinely underestimates it by a factor of 2. My recommendation is to use a power meter if available. This will give you an accurate measurement of the computer's wall plug power. The second best option right now is to use mactop. It seems to correctly report the system DC power after power supply losses. However, it is unable to correctly report the CPU or GPU power, as Apple's telemetry does not report this as a single metric. In the remainder of the video, I included the recordings of each game. Note on the left side the power reported by mactop and the Shelly Plug, together with the temperature readouts by TG Pro. You can jump to the game of interest by using the chapter links in the video description. So just relax and enjoy the rest of the video. Don't forget to click like and subscribe if you would like to see more content of this nature. See you next time.
It's one of those moments that make you...
This way. Life is fleeting, as is victory. In these chaotic times, only the strongest can survive the storm that ravages China. The weak are not so fortunate. Outmaneuvered and isolated, a faction was
Valor illuminates the murkiest of paths.
Your former vassals, Cyrenaica, have deigned to declare their...
As the main administrative center in a region, the settlement contains both trade and military buildings. Settlements are the main consumer of food supplies in a province, so it...
I must keep going.
xenophobic cult here, and its leader managed to trap me in their half-flooded church. I have no idea what they would have done to me had they actually captured me. But with the aid from the...
A boat. You won't have to go swimming after all. The locals probably get around mainly by boats. Okay, Artyom, I'll climb up there while you take the boat to the church.